Yes, our very own handyman Mike Osterhage gives us a step-by-step knowledge on how to build your own stone walkway. I will be riveted on the edge of my seat.
All right, so for years we've had this walkway in the backyard, stepping stones just kind of set in the sod right there, but kind of wanted to upgrade something. So we decided on doing stepping stones, although set in concrete, more of a sidewalk. Now this is a big ambitious project and take a lot of work. There are, easier ways you can do it. Couple of points. Before you dig at all, for that, even scraping out the ground here, tree, call 811. Make sure there's no pipes or electrical lines, fiber optic cables, anything like that. We're going to be working with concrete. You wear gloves because that stuff will just eat up your hands. Also, we're just using some really basic tools. Will help you out a lot no matter what you're putting in. String and line level and just a good old level. All right, show you how it's going. So I drew a diagram in my backyard. By the way, don't spill water on the ink, it will run. And I then laid out the pathway measured against the diagram in the backyard with these little yellow pieces of plastic tape. Now, what's on paper doesn't always translate that well to real life. So, best thing to do, walk. Is it comfortable in the pathway that you've drawn out? So I've had to alter this just a little bit, just so it's a natural, comfortable walk. Well, I mentioned that string was one of our basic tools we're going to be using, but if you want to lay out those nice, long, sweeping curves for a pathway, for maybe a planting bed, anything like that, this or even a rope's not going to work. You use your hose, because that way you can get those nice, good long curves in there. Also, this is not going to do you much good. Have the water turned on because it makes it more rigid. So when you lay this out, you're not going to get all those little bends and everything like that, and you can then see exactly what this is going to look like. After you dig, always try and compact the dirt, because even though this has never been undisturbed, you just want it nice and firm. The top of this stone is lower than where the top of those stones are going to be over there at the concrete step. So what I have to do is, here's a line. It's not level, it's on an incline, but I want each face of these stones to be just touching this line. So it'll be a gradual incline, they'll all be flat, obviously going uphill slightly, and then it'll be level this way going across. No, we were talking about using gloves with concrete. It's extremely dusty if you want to wear some sort of a mask if the wind is blowing at you. So. All right, so adding a little bit of water to it. Now, since we're not pouring the concrete, I'm not pouring the concrete in a form, I'm using that as kind of my base material, and I want it to support the rocks. I'm going to make a really dry, stiff mixture. So it's going to be like beach sand, very dry but moist beach sand, so it'll hold that thing and I can compact it down. And of course, little bits of water at a time, because you can always add more. Can't take the water out. Well, we had to move the sunshade over just to shoot this story, but yeah, that comes in really handy. Lots of water, lots of sunscreen. And remember, this is a slow process. Take your time, be real meticulous, real fussy about it, and you have really good outcome. Don't forget, working with concrete, use gloves and call 811 before you dig for anything in your yard. And
you earned that drink at the end of that project.
Yes, that can be that's backbreaking work. And watch picking up those big bags.
Yes.
And those stones can be expensive. Now, look around. If there's maybe a construction site, somebody's doing some remodeling, something like that. Ask if they're getting rid of something. When we remodeled KSAT, and we had that big flagstone walkway out in front, I just went, "Hey, can I have those? You do anything with them?" So a lot of those stones came from the old walkway in front there. Yeah. Yeah, so just ask around.
Now they're in your backyard.
That way they don't have to cart them off.
Nice job, Mike. All right. Celebrate San Antonio with us on YouTube.
Yeah, all of your favorite DIY videos, food, drinks, tips, and tricks. If you've seen it here, it's on the SA Live YouTube channel.
Just search KSAT SA Live on YouTube and like, subscribe, and ring the bell.